It's been a really cold winter, actually my first one living here in Portugal, and there's been many changes in my life and also my working space, as I had to remake my jewelry workshop in a modular and more subtle way. One of the first and most important tools I had to buy when moving here was a bench pin. There's many different models out there, but if you're a beginner or you have a limited space, I really recommend this one. It's one of the first types of bench pins I bought when I started about 6 years ago, but this cutie is going to be my best friend in my new limited space. The first thing you have to know when choosing a bench pin is about the shape. This is the most traditional wedge shape, which has two main functions. The flat surface is ideal as a support to the metal when sewing and drilling, and the other face has an angle to help in shaping the metal, filing and the sanding process. This model comes with a press, so if you can move it around or carry it to travels or craft fairs, which I did a lot, although it's a little heavy because of the steel, but really sturdy, and that's so important in the sewing process and jewelry making in general, because you need to be precise and using the right tool helps a lot. So this piece of wood comes perfectly shaped, but to actually work on it you have to modify it to your preferences. This is really personal. You only know the shape and changes you need when you work. So today I'll show you the most basic cut to start working, and with time you'll find new shapes which work better for you. For this you'll need a ruler, any kind of pencil, and lubricant wax or candle wax for your blade. First, fix your pin with a flat surface up. Measure and mark the center of your bench pin and do a second mark about 45 mm on both sides to draw a line. Mark again the center of that line and connect it with the first mark. With these guidelines we're going to make the opening. Mark 5 mm on each side to make a basic opening of 1 cm. Connect it with the center, and here we have the cutting area. For cutting the wood I'm using a number 10 saw blade mounted on a jeweler saw with the teeth pointing down and lubricated with this wax, but you can also use any regular candle. As the blade is thicker than usual, I start by making a mark passing the blade up like this several times, just to make it easier to go into the material. When it's ready, I start sewing up and down, letting the tool make its work, not pushing. This takes a while, but it's better to cut slowly and controlled, and stop regularly to clean the dust and see where I'm cutting. When I finish the first line up to the center, I take out the saw and start cutting from the second guideline. This way, this piece is going to pop out by itself. When cutting, it's important to let the blade cut the material, making the movement from your wrist, not pushing, and keeping it as straight as possible, and of course, lubricate. That way it's going to be easier and the cut will be more precise. As I'm reaching the center, I slow down and check if it's ready. If it's loose but doesn't come out, then it needs a little bit more cutting, until it pops out like this. As you can see, the most inside you go into the pin, the most thicker it is, which makes it harder to cut, and this is why it's so important to keep the blade straight. And here we go! This is the basic shape to start working on a jeweler's bench pin. If your line is not perfect, you can always file or sand it. And also you can add a hole with an 8 mm drill to help rotating small complicated pieces. Anyways, this shape is already helpful to grab the material securely and make tiny cuts. So if you hold your piece with your finger after the cutout, it's going to protect your hands because the blade will only get until the guideline. There's other options like buying pre-cut specialized pins like this for holding ring bands, and you can always use it as a template to cut it out on your basic bench pin to have it all in one place, or use it on the side as an extra tool for specific works. This other design is really popular and complex, but in my personal opinion and experience is not that good because of many reasons. The main big cut is way too wide, so it's hard to hold small pieces. The holes block a lot of visibility, and as it has regular thickness instead of the wedge shape, I feel it's not sturdy when you work on it. Many people like it, but this design is just not my kind of thing. If you want to try different shapes to make your customized bench pin, I made a printable template series you can find on my website, and I'll let the link down in the description of this video. Finally, please remember a bench pin is a consumable item, so it's totally okay to destroy it when working, even if it hurts to damage the perfect wood. Thanks for watching and happy sewing!